कूजन्तं राम रामेति
कूजन्तं राम रामेति
मधुरं मधुराक्षरम्
मधुरं मधुराक्षरम्
आरुह्य कविताशाखाम्
आरुह्य कविताशाखाम्
वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम्
वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम्।
The human life is filled with dualities in the form of profit and loss, heat and cold, victory and defeat, praise and insult. All these are part of human life. These are called as the dualities of life. And if somebody wants to imagine a situation where there is absolutely no duality, you have to go outside this world only. Inside this world, wherever you are living, you have to face the dualities. Dvandva, they are called as Dvandva. These Dvandva will always be there. And as long as this is there, if you are able to take them in your strides, sometimes defeat, sometimes victory, sometimes praise, sometimes insult, sometimes profit, sometimes loss, sometimes pain, sometimes joy, sometimes attraction, sometimes repulsion. These are all part and parcel of life. ಈ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ದ್ವಂದ್ವಗಳು ತುಂಬಿವೆ. ದ್ವಂದ್ವಗಳು ತುಂಬಿವೆ. ಆ ದ್ವಂದ್ವಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದ ಒಂದು ಯಾವುದಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಜಯ, ಸೋಲು, ರನ್ನಿಂಗ್ ರೇಸ್. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ರನ್ನಿಂಗ್ ರೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, ರನ್ನಿಂಗ್ ರೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಾರಿ ಒಬ್ರು ಗೆದ್ದು ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಾರಿ ಸೋಲ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸೋತ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಜೀವನ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ನಾನು ಅಳ್ತಾನೆ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ಯಾರಾದರೂ, ಸೋತ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಒಂದು ಸಾರಿ ಸೋತಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಸಾರಿ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಗೆಲ್ತೀವಿ. So even in running race, when children run, once they lose, once they win. Games also, you lose and win. So life is full of these dualities. You cannot find anywhere, any place, anywhere in the world, any part of life, any realm of life where dualities will not be there. Absolutely 100%. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದರೂ ಕೂಡ, ಈ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದ ಭೂಮಂಡಲದ ಯಾವ ಮೂಲೆ ಹೋದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಇದನ್ನು ಅನುಭವಿಸಲೇಬೇಕು. ನೀವು ಈ ಎರಡನ್ನು ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. ಒಂದು ಸಾರಿ ಜಯ ಬರ್ಬೋದು, ಒಂದು ಸಾರಿ ಪರಾಜಯ ಬರ್ಬೋದು, ಒಂದು ಸಾರಿ ಲಾಭ ಬರ್ಬೋದು, ಒಂದು ಸಾರಿ ನಷ್ಟ ಬರ್ಬೋದು, ಒಂದು ಸಾರಿ ನಮಗೆ ಹೊಗಳೋರು ಸಿಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಭಾಳ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯವನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋರು, ಇನ್ನೊಳ್ಳೆ ಯಾವನ ನೀನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋರು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಎರಡು ಥರ ಜನನೂ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನಮಗೆ ಈ ಬಂದೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಕೆಲವೊಮ್ಮೆ ನೋವಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಕೆಲವೊಮ್ಮೆ ಖುಷಿನೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಕಾರವಾದ ಈ ಎರಡನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ತಾನೆ ಇರ್ತೇವೆ. So, what is our intention? Dukh na aave. We don't want the negative part of life at all. But we don't want it, it will come. We want joy, it doesn't come. So what shall we do? So, there is a method of approaching life, keeping this in view. We know that this is a reality. ಇದು ಒಂದು ವಾಸ್ತವಿಕತೆ. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? ವಾಸ್ತವಿಕತೆ. ವಾಸ್ತವ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನರ್ಥ? ಇದು ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ, ಇದು ನಮ್ಮಿಂದ ತಪ್ಸೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಎದುರಿಸಿ ನೋಡೋದು, ನಾವು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಎದುರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅನುಭವಿಸಿ ಮುಂದುವರಿತಾ ಇರಬೇಕಲ್ವ. ಮುಂದುವರಿತಾನೆ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಮುಂದುವರಿತಾವರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ನಗ್ತಾರಲ್ವ, ಮುಂದುವರಿತಾರೆ. ಹಿಂದೆ ನಿಂತ್ಕೋಬಾರ್ದು, ಬೆದರಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಹಂಗೆ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ಬಾರ್ದಲ್ಲ, ಮುಂದುವರಿತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇದು? ಸೊ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದ ಮಿಲಿಟ್ರಿ ಪೀಪಲ್. Try to remember the people in the military. What a wonderful, whether it is for salary or payment or whatever it is, still their life is so difficult. None of us who have not been in the military can even imagine the life of a military jawan. No, it's not possible. Until and unless you go to that position and see where their life is at stake every single moment. ಯಾರು ಸೈನ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೋ ಅವರ ಜೀವನವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಯೋಚನೆ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಆರಾಮಾಗಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಕೂತಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಸೀಮೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಭಾರತದ ಸೀಮೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರೋ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಡುಗುತ್ತೆ, ಶರೀರ ನಡುಗುತ್ತೆ. 10 ದಿವಸ ಚಳಿನಲ್ಲಿ 0 degrees, they have to just be there without proper food sometimes. They have to be there. They have to manage with the available. And what is there? Any moment you can be shot. Any moment you can be shot. That is something which is the superlative. That is superlative of acceptance. It is the highest possibility of acceptance in life. Once you say a word, you don't go backward. Once you have given word, you have signed there, you don't go back. Then you come down slowly in different professions. There you have all the possibilities. You have all the possibilities of room for, room for ambiguity, room for yes and room for no, room for go ahead, room for need not go ahead, all these possibilities. But there in military it's not possible. So once you remember that, then you see, okay, what shall we learn from them? What shall we learn from those people who are protecting us? We do not know the value of that protection unless we face war. One day, we should face the war. One day we should be in the war field and we should see a bomb falling in front of us. We should see somebody being shot in front of us, then we'll understand the value of military. We are completely at a loss. How many people? Thousands of people who are there protecting us. So once you remember those lives, then you understand how should I live. First and foremost, I should have a commitment. ನನ್ನ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಸೈನಿಕರ ಥರ ಏನಾದರೂ ಒಂದು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರಿಯನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮುಂದುವರಿಬೇಕು. ಗುರಿ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಬಾಳಬಾರ್ದು. ಗುರಿ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಬಾಳೋರು ಜೀವನ ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಗಾಳಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಎಲೆನ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಗಾಳಿ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಸರಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಸರಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದಿ ಲೀಫ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಇನ್ ದ ಗಾರ್ಡನ್, it will be tossed around by the wind. So if you do not have a proper goal in life, you do not have a proper goal. And don't try to imagine goals. You do not have to imagine goals. Most of the people think, I have my own vision of life. I have my own vision of. Before you come to that your own vision of life, see what the elders have lived. See what the ancestors have lived. See what the great people have lived. Take their guidelines and then later on, in that you can have your own what you call your own interpretation of life. But don't try to be totally a will or the wisp. I will do whatever I wish. ನನಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಬಂದಂಗೆ ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಅವ್ರವ್ರು ಇಷ್ಟ ಬಂದಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗ ಏನು ಸಮಾಜ ಅನ್ನೋದಿರಲ್ಲ, ಸಮಾಜದ ಶಾಂತಿ ಅಂತ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ನಿಯಮವನ್ನು ಅನುಸರಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲರ ಸೌಖ್ಯಕ್ಕಾಗಿ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಸೇಕ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿನೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ many people, not selfishly only my happiness. It is for the sake of the many people. We have to give up certain things. Give up certain things and then live in a beautiful, harmonious manner. So let us remember this. Let us remember the soldiers who are there in the borders protecting our country. Not because some people have got the question, is it necessary? It is necessary because it is the nature of the people. The nature of the people to unnecessarily disturb the peace. Those people who disturb the peace have to be stopped from doing so. That is only the reason. It is not that, right from the beginning there were what you call soldiers. No. From the day when the sense of I and mine started. It can be individual, it can be a communal. I, mine. From then only political borders came. Political borders came truthfully only when the sense of colonization. Somebody wanted to occupy some territory, then only all this started. Need for military started. Otherwise there was no need for military. If everybody was saying, okay, you also be happy, I also be happy, there is no need for military. But that is not the way man lives. Man has got a tendency to always look towards the other. Compare yourself to the other and then be unhappy. Successfully unhappy. Instead of looking at oneself and seeing how best I can do, but look at others and see how they are. They seem to be better always. Like the cow which is grazing here. The cow which is grazing here, it lifts up its head and sees that the grass is there, green on the other side. So it runs to that side, starts eating. Turns this side, sees the grass is green here. So always when you see others, it looks as though that is better than what I am. And then in this, the tendency of looking towards the others, comparing yourself to the others, and then not seeing what benefit you are getting, you completely destroy your own life. So all these tendencies have to be corrected, and that is corrected in satsang. Remember, if you attend satsang correctly, listen to scriptures, you will be able to get a beautiful insight of life. And you will change automatically. The effort will be done by the crowd will keep pushing you. The crowd of thoughts, the crowd of beautiful inputs. This itself slowly take you in the direction. Sometime or the other, the noble thoughts will come up. All noble thoughts they will come up in your heart. When they come up automatically, they will drive, they will steer you to the right direction. Now you see here in the Ramayana, Hanuman has already revealed himself and he is asking Sita, who are you? Now what is Sita going to reply to Hanuman? Let us see here. ಸೀತೆಗೆ ಆಂಜನೇಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೀತೆಯನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನೀನು ಯಾರು, ನೀನು ಸೀತೆನಾ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೀತೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಏನು ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡ್ತಾಳೆ? ಸಾತಸ್ಯ ವಚನಂ ಶ್ರುತ್ವಾ ರಾಮ ಕೀರ್ತನ ಹರ್ಷಿತಾ ಉವಾಚ ವಾಕ್ಯಂ ವೈದೇಹಿ ಹನುಮಂತಂ ದ್ರುಮಾಶ್ರಿತಂ. First time in her life she is facing something very beautiful. After these few days, after being abducted by ರಾವಣನಿಂದ ಅಪಹರಣ ಆದ ನಂತರ ಇದುವಾಗೆ ಮೊದಲ ಬಾರಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ, ಅವರೊಬ್ಬರು ತ್ರಿಜಟ ಇದ್ದರು. There was one lady, ತ್ರಿಜಟ. Remember the Rakshasi who spoke, she said she had a dream of Ravana, but that was not sufficient for her to pacify her mind. Now we have one person who is there speaking about Ram in the most beautiful, positive manner. So you have somebody very, very near to the heart. ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಹನುಮನ್ ಬದಲು ರಾಮನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೀರ್ತನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಷ್ಟು ಸುಂದರವಾದ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಕೇಳಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಣ್ಣಗಾಗಿದೆ ಮನಸ್ಸು. ಯಾರಿಗೆ? ಸೀತೆಗೆ. Delighted at the mention of Sri Rama, on hearing the utterance of the monkey, that princess of the Videha territory spoke as follows to Hanuman, standing beneath the tree. ಅವಾಗ ಸೀತೆ ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಹನುಮನ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಪೃಥಿವ್ಯಾಂ ರಾಜಸಿಂಹಾನಾಂ ಮುಖ್ಯಸ್ಯ ವಿದಿತಾತ್ಮನಃ ಸ್ನುಷಾ ದಶರಥಸ್ಯಾಹಂ ಶತ್ರುಸೈನ್ಯ ಪ್ರಣಾಶಿನಃ ದುಹಿತಾ ಜನಕಸ್ಯಾಹಂ ವೈದೇಹಸ್ಯ ಮಹಾತ್ಮನಃ ಸೀತೇತಿ ನಾಮ್ನಾ ಚೋಕ್ತಾಹಂ ಭಾರ್ಯಾ ರಾಮಸ್ಯ ಧೀಮತಃ ಸಮಾ ದ್ವಾದಶ ತತ್ರಾಹಂ ರಾಘವಸ್ಯ ನಿವೇಶನೆ ಭುಂಜಾನಾ ಮಾನುಷಾನ್ ಭೋಗಾನ್ ಸರ್ವಕಾಮ ಸಮೃದ್ಧಿನಿ ತತಸ್ತತ್ರಯೋದಶೇ ವರ್ಷೇ ರಾಜ್ಯೇ ಚೇಕ್ಷ್ವಾಕುನಂದನಂ ಅಭಿಷೇಚಯಿತುಂ ರಾಜಾ ಸೋಪಾಧ್ಯಾಯ ಪ್ರಚಕ್ರಮೇ ತಸ್ಮಿನ್ ಸಂಭ್ರಿಯಮಾಣೇ ತು ರಾಘವಸ್ಯಾಭಿಷೇಚನೆ ಕೈಕೇಯೀ ನಾಮ ಭರ್ತಾರಂ ಇದಂ ವಚನಮಬ್ರವೀತ್ ನ ಪಿಬೇಯಂ ನ ಖಾದೇಯಂ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಹಂ ಮಮ ಭೋಜನಂ ಏಷ ಮೇ ಜೀವಿತಸ್ಯಾಂತೋ ರಾಮೋ ಯದ್ಯಭಿಷಿಚ್ಯತೆ ಯತ್ यत्तदुक्तं त्वया वाक्यं
यत्तदुक्तं त्वया वाक्यं
प्रीत्या नृपति सत्तमा
प्रीत्या नृपतिसत्तमा
तच्चेन्न वितथं कार्यं
तच्चेन्न वितथं कार्यं
वनं गच्छतु राघवः
वनं गच्छतु राघवः
स राजा सत्यवाग्देव्या
स राजा सत्यवाग्देव्या
वरदानमनुस्मरन्
वरदानमनुस्मरन्
मुमोहवचनं श्रुत्वा
मुमोहवचनं श्रुत्वा
कैकेय्याः क्रूरमप्रियम्
कैकेय्या क्रूरमप्रियं
ततस्तं स्थविरो राजा
ततस्तं स्थगितो राजा
सत्यधर्मे व्यवस्थितः
सत्यधर्मे व्यवस्थितः
ज्येष्ठं यशस्विनं पुत्रं
ज्येष्ठं यशस्विनं पुत्रं
रुदन् राज्यमयाचत.
राज्यमयाचत.
You remember Hanuman had narrated the Ramayana story to Sita. ಹನುಮಾನ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ರಾಮಾಯಣವನ್ನು ಸೀತೆಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು? ಈ ಥರ ರಾಮ ದಶರಥ ಅಂತ ಒಬ್ಬ ರಾಜ ಇದ್ದ, ಅವರಿಗೆ 4 ಮಕ್ಕಳು, ರಾಮನವರು ಜ್ಯೇಷ್ಠ ಪುತ್ರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ. ಇವಾಗ ಸೀತೆ ತನ್ನ ವಿಷಯವನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಶಿ ಸೇಸ್, ಸೀತಾ ಇಸ್ ನೌ ನರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಹರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಎ ಡಾಟರ್ ಇನ್ ಲಾ ಆಫ್ ದಶರಥ ಮಹಾರಾಜ್, the foremost of lions among kings on earth, lions among kings on earth, who is a knower of the self and the exterminator of hostile forces. ನಾನು ಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳಾದ ದಶರಥ ಮಹಾರಾಜನ ನಾನು ಸೊಸೆಯಾಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ. I am a daughter of the high-souled king Janaka, a ruler of the Videha territory and the consort of the wise Sri Rama, and I am called by the name of Sita. ನಾನು ಜನಕ ಮಹಾರಾಜನ ಪುತ್ರಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ವಿದೇಹ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ರಾಜನಾದ ಜನಕ ಮಹಾರಾಜನ ಪುತ್ರಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಹಾಗೂ ನಾನು ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನ ಹೆಂಡತಿಯೂ ಆಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಸೀತಾ. Enjoying human luxuries and endowed with an abundance of all enjoyments, I dwelt in the well-known abode of Sri Rama, a scion of Raghu, for 12 years. ಮದುವೆ ಆದ ನಂತರ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಧವಾದ ಸುಖವನ್ನು ಅನುಭವಿಸುತ್ತಾ 12 ವರ್ಷ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮರ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ ನಾನು. Then, in the 13th year, the king with his preceptor sage Vasishtha proceeded to install Sri Rama, the delight of the Ikshvakus, on the throne as prince regent. In the 13th year of my life there, that is, Sita is living there in that house. In the 13th year of her being in that house, the Raja Dasharatha has declared that next day would be the Pattabhisheka of Rama. Now you see the life of Rama is a classic example. It's a classic example. The one who has to be coronated as the king is now going to be a forest dweller. ಯಾರು ಪಟ್ಟಾಭಿಷೇಕ ಆಗಿ ರಾಜನಾಗಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತೋ, ಅದೇ ರಾಜಕುಮಾರನಾಗಿ ಮುಂದೆ ರಾಜ ಅವರೇ ಆಗ್ತಾರಂತ ಘೋಷಣೆ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ದಶರಥ ಮಹಾರಾಜ. ನಾಳೆ ದಿವಸ ಪಟ್ಟಾಭಿಷೇಕ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ನಾಳೆ ದಿವಸ ಅವರು ಸಿಂಹಾಸನದ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂತಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲೋದ್ರು ಅವರು? ವನವಾಸಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದ್ರು. ಎಂಥ ಜೀವನ ನೋಡಿ. ಇಸ್ ಅ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟರ್ನ್ ಆಫ್ ಇವೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ಸ್ ಲೈಫ್. ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್, ಬಟ್ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್. This doesn't accept, no. We take for granted. Everything is going on nicely, it should go on nicely. It should go on same way. It will go on. That is what we call as taking for granted. Because we have not understood life through the scriptures. We have not studied the scriptures at all. But when you talk about, day-to-day affairs in the world, like businesses, we talk about risks in businesses, but there also, if there is a big blow, then even the greatest of the people who have, studied the managerial tactics so beautifully, they would have gone and sat down in the room and become depressed. Because they have not studied the scriptures. They would have studied all the law, everything. They would have studied all laws, they would have studied all economics, they would have studied, but not the scriptures. Plainly, the scriptures will plainly tell us everything is possible. Be prepared for anything. That is the beauty of the scriptures. ಈ ಧರ್ಮ ಗ್ರಂಥಗಳು ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ತಿಳಿಸ್ತವೆ? ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವುದು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನೀನು ನಗುಮುಖದಿಂದ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಧೈರ್ಯದಿಂದ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಎಂಬುದನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಧರ್ಮ ಗ್ರಂಥಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತವೆ. ದಿ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಯು ಸಿ ಶೀಸ್ ನರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್. Then in the 13th year, the king with his preceptor sage Vasishtha proceeded to install Sri Rama, the delight of the Ikshvakus, on the throne as prince regent. We'll continue tomorrow. Hari Om Tat Sat.